Hello everyone, welcome back to Bedmon Incorporated on the Chaosville server. I'm still wearing my maid outfit, I'll explain that in a moment. But today we were going to try hollowing out this mountain behind me a little bit on the ground level in order to make room for some animal areas for like cows and chickens and stuff. But there's a problem with that, which is that Wisey has the only mating pair of both. So we are going to start on a different route, which is a mod that I don't have much experience with, but which there isn't much to learn, which is the Soul Shards mod, and that requires, in these early days of the server, that we go to a place where I am somewhat known, the Nether. So come and take a trip with me. So I've got the diamond pickaxe, and I've got 2 books, and I'll explain why that is in a moment, because usually I just make a bucket, and I just hardcast the bottle where I want it to be. But in this particular scenario, I'm actually going to be getting the pieces of obsidian anyway for the, I believe it's called the Soul Forge, or something to that effect. And I'm going to need about 5 obsidian for that anyway, so I need a diamond pickaxe, because as it turns out, Mr. Ken Forey is not equipped to harvest obsidian. I had him down here, told him to dig that part out, and it vanished. So it looks like I'm actually going to have to mine this myself. But meanwhile, because it takes an effing long time, I'm going to talk about the series. So, Carpenter Station is sadly no more. I did kind of want to do like a kind of sort of pseudo cinematic with it, just as a nice outro, maybe with like the original John Carpenter's The Thing theme to that, which would have been lovely. But sadly, I was too busy with university stuff, and the server is now offline. But maybe I'll manage to get a download of that sometime, and we can see a tribute to Carpenter Station sometime on a channel near you. Probably this one. But yes, I'm still wearing the maid outfit, because as I record this, it is just dawning upon the 27th of February, which means that there's 2 days, including this one, left for donating into the donation drive. I have some thoughts on that as well, which is a bunch of things kind of contributed to that being poorly timed. Whoop. One among which being that Chippin dies a cold and unfortunate death within a week after its completion, that drive. Another being that it was unfortunate enough to land within a month when I actually had quite a lot more university work to do than I had remotely anticipated. Consequently, I wasn't able to produce as many videos and all sorts in the course of that. Is there going to be another piece of lava there? Yes, there is. Boop. And we got 8. Let's see, it's 3, 6, so we need 10. Well, that's both sides. But yeah, so I have done a couple of things from the donation line, the completion goals or whatever you want to call them. But I think unless we miraculously hit at least the 800 mark by the end of the drive, I'm going to refund everyone. But if you donated, don't worry, because I do have some special things in mind, and I'm probably going to put together, I'm going to find some kind of solution in lieu of Chippin? Weird. In lieu of Chippin, to have a similar kind of situation where there's a donation total that everyone can add into, and I'll do various things at different marking points and such. Probably I'll be taking cues from Kurt J. Mack of Farlands or Bust fame, because he used Chippin quite a bit, and it'll be interesting to see what he replaces it with. But yes, I'll be doing that. I don't know when, but my Easter holidays are approaching, so possibly during that period of time. and I'm going to try and do my best to get as many videos out across that span of time. That may not be a month-long event, I'm not sure, but we shall see. But meanwhile, once February calls itself to an end eventually, I do have a skin picked out for this series, because I haven't been able to wear my series-specific skins for a while, because, well, firstly, Wondercraft, which you may have seen on the intro here, and then, of course, this big donation drive, so you haven't seen my series-specific skins. Sibilance, there is the word. And I've gone overboard on the number of obsidian, but, well, you can't have too much obsidian. Plus, I believe you can combine this with the minium stone or something, but I'll have to find out about that later. Okay, so let's make it a nice round 20. I'll finish off my forts here. So I don't know how many people will have the slightest clue what it is I'm doing with this series. Because, of course, the title is Chaosville, Bedmon Inc, as you may have derived from the first episode. But I haven't told you what exactly my big plan is. I did say a while back that I was going to be doing another movie to Minecraft, which has a very nice ring to it, translation, and that's 20, so we'll be hopping up here once I secure this place from lava, because I come down here quite a bit to mine. If you were listening to the music in the opening intro sequence there, hello sticky keys, don't try to murder me please. Yeah, I've been getting sticky keys a lot recently, I don't know why that is. But, yes, the music in the intro sequence, if you recognized it, then congratulations! You are about as old as I am. Possibly more, but, that is a clue as to what series I shall be doing. The music was acquired completely Creative Commons and free use, so I should probably state that immediately. But, yeah, that is going to be a clue, and it's going to be an interesting build, because whoa, hello. Yeah, I still don't have perfect frames while I'm filming this stuff, but, enough to take him down, definitely. Ooh, ding ding ding. Yoy, right, and another egg. I found out why we have so few chickens on the server, actually, is I was herding 3 of them back here, and one of the Mo creature's cats killed 2 of them en route. So, that was lovely. And it's gonna be an interesting thing to try this out at night. Oh joy. But, we need to get into the Nether, and from there we need to get glowstone and soul sand. And I haven't really set up much of a big economic basis here. I'm still lacking every single machine, more or less. In fact, the most advanced thing I have here is these chests. But, let's just take a quick nap. What we're going to do is we're going to pop into the Nether. Hopefully we won't land directly in the middle of another fortress, as often seems to be the case for me. And from there we're going to look for soul sand and glowstone, because we need those to make corrupted essence. And a soul forge from there. That seems to be okay. We need a piece of iron and a piece of flint. Of course, can I get this right? Apparently so. There are some people who get that mixed up, myself included most times. Okay, and as I said, I've got 2 books in my inventory. There is a reason for this, which reminds me, I had best grab that. Have you guessed what I'm going to do? Yep, I'm going to dismantle the Nether portal once we're back from it. And while I'm over there, I'm going to make a linking book. Just keeping an eye out, because Mo Creatures has a lot of nasty things that try to sneak up on you. I'm going to make a linking book to the Nether, and that will allow me to hop back and forth as often as I please, without there being anywhere of anything accidentally wandering through. Okay, so there we have it. I'm going to go put my diamond pickaxe away, because I don't want to lose that in any particular hurry. Oop, no, not crafting. There we go. One slight problem with this place being so cramped is that I do tend to misclick things a fair bit. Okay, I've only got 8 arrows, but it should be something at least. I don't want to really waste the 2 feathers that I do have on it. Grab some food. Cooked turkeys. Apparently it's Thanksgiving in Minecraft because we have so many turkeys. And that should be everything. Okay, so I'm gonna hop through. We're going to make our linking book and head back so we can put it in that book stand up there, because I figured out what those things are for. They're from Mistcraft. Okay, so allons-y. Ew, everything's wibbly. Oh, I forgot about that. I had forgotten that part. I'm so glad I came out this direction then. Okay, so where do we want to put our linking book to? Right, before I get murdered by lag or something. But what I forgot is, if you happened to see my original Take It series, Nether, you will have known that it was in Technic, which included Mo creatures. I wouldn't make any statements as to the legalities of such, or the morality of its inclusion, because I frankly do not care so much. I think modders should be more open with their mods. But anyways, yeah, this seems like a decent enough location. Let's make our book here. Oh, and off goes Nifty. Okay, and now if we head back through the portal, hopefully not getting our face bitten off. Oh, it is back. Must be having connection issues. Yeah, but if you remember Nether, you remember that the largest number of my trials and tribulations in that series, besides the many weird coincidences of the world gen, was that I had the mild issue that every time I wandered outside my front door, I was assaulted by all manner of strangeness and bizarrity. Yes, I'm sure that's a word. Okay, so I'm linking book to the Nether. Can I do that? Sure, you used to be able to do that. There we go. That's better. So apparently you just can't right-click them in anymore. I don't know, that may be a lag. And let's make our second linking book back home. Right here. Linking book Overworld. So if we pop through there, that should land us where we placed our book. So I'm just going to dismantle that portal while I'm over here. And then we can go on our hunt for materials. So as I said, I'm doing this predominantly because in the version of Minecraft that FTB functions in, a lot of mobs can wander in and out of portals, and I don't particularly want that to be happening in this overworld right next to where our main village is, basically. It's like Atgod's over there, I think Kai visits over there every now and then. But, yeah, I got this idea for soul shards after wandering the majority of the continent, basically, looking for sheep and cows and chickens and finding none of the above. So, from there, I encountered Nifty, who is hollowing out a volcano, and honestly asked me if he figured he should carry his diamonds with him or put them in a chest, as if that was a really particularly difficult question into those conditions. And he mentioned he found a spider spawner. And I remembered, because I just recently finished watching a video by Zisto, that the Soul Shard mod allows you to get a ton of kills on a Soul Shard by destroying a mob spawner with it, which you can then use in an anvil to create a really big Soul Shard. So I figured, if I can get a Soul Shard of a cow, probably one of the ones hanging around Wisey's house, then I should be able to resolve our bovine extinction issue, I guess the phrase would be, something like that, I don't know. by having a tier 5 spawner, so we can just deactivate it with redstone when we need it, and we can have it active when we want it to be active. And from then, we can have all of the leather and the milk and the steak that we need. So I can even automate it really to make cooked steak. Yeah, that looks nice enough. It's like it was never even there. Yeah, I can even automate it by like player proximity too. It's like the tier 5 soul shard spawners will function whether or not you are nearby them, but they will stop if they receive a redstone signal. And there are many blocks around here, I believe, that function as player detectors. And now, unfortunately, to my knowledge, there is no T. And whoop, let's get you back, shall we? Okay, so there's the one from Railcraft, which I believe means we have to be in a cart. That's a computer craft one, I believe, which I think Goods used a lot. And I'm not entirely sure what that one's for. I think that's for Steve's carts. But anyways, ooh. Let's see, do I want to dismantle that other portal down now, or wait till I'm off camera? I swear that was a snake. Probably was a snake. There are many snakes on this plane of existence. Or it could be those sharks. There's a lot of sharks. In fact, you may have seen them in my intro sequence. That is how many sharks there are. Okay. And there we go. One linking book to the overworld. And let's set a waypoint. Yep, not that one. That one, there we go. It's not really portal, but let's just give it a meaningful name. Yeah, that seems appropriate. And a nice colouring too. Of course, the minimap isn't too useful in the Nether because it only sees the top layer of the world you're in. And for us right now, that happens to be, well, bedrock. Because the Nether has a ceiling, and a flat ceiling at that. But here's part 1 of our shopping list. Glowstone, which I don't actually use all that much. You'd think it would be like a big common thing that I would be using, but no, it doesn't actually see that much use inside of like Nether Expedition. It sees some use, but not very much, because the Nether has its own ambient light, so the main thing I have to worry about is less light and more surfaces that mobs can spawn on. But no, here we are. Okay, so, oh well, that was fast. Already over a stack. Of course, 1 stack of glowstone dust is but a meager portion in actual glowstone. Well, quarter of a stack, ideally. But let's see how much we can grab here, because the more we grab, the less we need to come back for. Not that we really need to worry about that too much, because we got a nice little safe, decontaminated book right next to us. And once I get enough diamonds, I can make a link modifier, and that will allow me to make a book that I can just carry around with me and use in emergencies, because I did use that in the former FTB server that LXG ran, where I sold specialized function books to other players. So for example, Nipty and Andy, who I may be able to link in the description if I can recall the episodes that it was involved in, purchased from Bedmon Inc. Some following and what was it? Intradimensional, I think? I can't remember. Books which allowed them to travel back to their home instantaneously and without concern. So that saved Andy's life when he decided to take a brief walk, well, to take a long walk off of a broken Nether Fortress bridge. I'm not seeing any soul sand at all. I'm seeing gravel and a ton of glowstone, but no soul sand, which is somewhat unusual, honestly, for the Nether. Oh, balls. Why? I knew that was coming. Well, let's crank up the render distance and see what that looks like up close. Well, not so much up close, but closer than we can currently see. Apologies if this means that my frames take a significant downturn. Huh. If I didn't know I was already stood on solid ground, this would be terrifying. Wow. That is, Ooh, mushrooms. I don't think this is going to get any better, so let's turn that back down, shall we? And hope it goes back to normal, relatively speaking. Could you please load the land I'm standing on, please? Eek. Okay, well, I'm going to stop recording for a quick moment to let the world load up, and I shall be back with you in a brief moment. Okay, well, things have gotten about as normal as the Nether gets, and two developments, which is, while that was spawning in, I noticed, just see it under there I think, that there is a staircase in there, which means we can get some soul sand and some nether ores there, which would be particularly useful if we plan on coming back here very often. And also, there is some natural deposits of soul sand over there. So, we stand greater gains if we go that way. Or we could go this way, where we'll just get what we need for the moment. So, I'm going to go with the safer route, because honestly I don't want to be fighting any blaze at like 6 frames per second with only 2 pieces of iron armor to my name, no potions or anything. Not even an iron golem by my side. Whoop! There's a ghasty. We'll fight you later when we're better tooled. Oh balls, why? Missed! This does link up over there, does it? Does it not? It may not. I may have to start... Oh, this is going to be nerve-wracking at this FPS. On that note, if you want to donate to Remember in the aid of potentially getting me a more reliable or high-quality recording computer, there is the general purpose Remember donation link, which appears beneath all of my videos on this channel. If you do donate for there, you won't be counted towards any total that I put together for a donation drive, but you will still be supporting things. So if you just want to help me out, like legitimately just want to help me out rather than see me in a maid outfit, which honestly I might kind of prefer, then that is the route to go by. I know a couple of people donated through that in the course of February, but I kind of said, nah, I'd honestly rather I gave something back. But since it's somewhat up in the air at the moment, by all means, if there's not a donation drive running, then I have nothing to give you. But if you want to, it is your prerogative. Oh balls, why? Where are you? Okay, legitimately, where are you? I didn't even see where that landed. Is it here? No? Oh, that's a hole. Right. That was a hole. That was indeed a hole. But I can see the soul sand that we need. Ugh. We cannot jump that, and I don't particularly want to try, so... Here goes nothing. Right. Oh, come on. Is he coming up? If he is, I can't really tell. Yes, he is. Gotcha. Lost everything you could possibly have given me, but I gotcha. That's one less ghast for me to worry about right now. Of course, there's still the other one over there, but I think we can beat him over here because even at 6 FPS, ghast have terrible aim. Which is why it always amazes me when people manage to get hit by them, like, right in the face. It's like, if you've got terrible FPS at that point, yeah, sure, that makes perfect sense. But if you're, like, able to move, like, even in many cases if you're not able to move, you can dodge a ghast fireball quite easily. It's like they're programmed to aim for the ground around you. Specifically, the ground around you. If you walk in a straight line, they will probably never hit you. It's only when you actually try to zigzag away from them that things get difficult. Okay, so here is our natural, relatively safe pocket of Nether of soul sand. So let's start harvesting that up, and then we can head home through the nice safe book. Yep, and my keys are getting stuck again. I don't know what it is that's causing that. I've been trying for ages to figure it out, but recently I've had a massive resurgence in the what's the word? The incidence of sticky keys. And it's not a computer thing, it's just legitimately, for some reason, the game recognizes my keys as being held down for some reason. It's not even to do with my macros. In fact, I don't even have my macros turned on right now, because I keep forgetting that every time I start up these games. But, that is a weird thing. But anyways, hasn't killed me. Well, actually, who am I kidding? It killed me, like, within the last hour. But, hasn't killed me right in the recording of this video, so, not too worried about that. 23. Let's get to at least half a stack. Because this is not only used as an ingredient of the Soul Forge, it's also used as fuel for it. And we're also going to have to give up the 4th of the 5 diamonds we started out with, because I had to use 3 to make a diamond pickaxe, because Ken can't handle obsidian. And, that's a little more. Whoa, no, 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 no! Oh, balls. I'm alive, but remember what I said about sticky keys? Yeah, that was them. Whew. That's the most dangerous point you can have sticky keys, is when you're surrounded by lava and such. And now the question is, do I have the blocks to get back across this lake and up there? Potentially whilst getting shot at. I'm not going to take the chance, I'm just going to, as Dave would put it, nerd pole up. Which I can still do with reasonable ease whilst I've got very low frames, so that's something. Hey, 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 hey. In the Nether there are 2 primary dangers. Lava and falling from a tall place. And one of those I am still vulnerable to in the course of Nether Expedition, which will be returning very soon. If you've been following my Twitter, you've seen some, I suppose they're spoilers outright, as to what's going to be happening with the series, but it will be continuing very soon, and from there, I expect episodes to be quite a bit more fluid, or at least out reliably on time, whatever time should be on time. But it's going to be an interesting departure from what I've done for most of the series. I'm not used to like all-out combat, but I guess that's another spoiler for you. But after that, we get back to status quo, as it were, usual affairs. Sorry, it's like 3:30 in the morning here, but I got the idea from Nifty after ages of searching for something to base the episode on, and here we are. And I believe we go up here for our book. Yep, and that's my phone telling me that it's about to die. But we shall throw together our soul forge, and that will be the end of the episode. And I shall dismantle that other Nether portal in my own time. Yep, there we go. Lands us right where we made the book. So, very helpful there. I can hear a snake again. Hooray. Okay, so we're going to... That is odd. It's counting it as though I'm... Gar was having this issue. One sec, I'll just... Okay, well, weirdness abounds, but I can't seem to get that to solve itself. I guess I'd have to reboot the entire client, and that would take an inordinate amount of time. So, here we are making our vile dust. That's the first step in making corrupted essence. So, we shall get a bit of that. No, it's still doing that. I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden. That's very strange. It may have something to do with the portals. I don't know. It's not going to be... it's not going to be helpful here, is it? Okay, well, 2 can play at this game. 6. Gotcha. Okay, corrupted essence. And that is what we're going to need to both fuel our... I can use the number keys to switch them out rapidly. Okay, so that's what we're going to be using to create our soul forge, which is going to require a little bit more stone, I believe. But that can easily be acquired, especially if we're going to keep shift clicking everywhere. Ooh, chicken. Hooray! Okay, so in you go. In you go. This is gonna be a pain, isn't it? Okay, right, well, we'll do this another way. 5. 5. There. Yes, yes, yes. 5. Yeah, 5. 5. And 5, so I can only burn the 1. There. Ha! My numpad ninjutsu is no match for your buggery. No, wait, other way around. It is late at night, do not expect sense from me. But meanwhile, if I type in soul, we can... There we are, soul forge. So I need 1 piece of corrupted essence, 5 pieces of obsidian, and 3 pieces of stone from that. So if we hop over here, I can click on it, and do that. Actually, if I can do this better. There we go. Now I have 1 less thing to mess up. But there we are, we have our soul forge, and that has more or less the same kind of input as a furnace, where you have the fuel, which is corrupted essence, you have the input, which is a number of different things actually, and you have the output, which for us is going to be soul shards. But let's go plonk this outside, because it's getting rather cramped in here. And I wouldn't mind this thing being reasonably free to use for everyone else, because this is sort of a humanitarian thing for the server that I'm trying to solve, so I might as well make it public. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Yeah, it is basically identical to a furnace, but we'll be covering that more next time. This episode is running on a little bit late, so we'll say goodbye to Stampy for the day, and I shall head to bed, because dang if that's a snake. Alright, fine, take it. Hello, Stampy. Sit. Sit, Stampy. I don't quite want to go in the water for this snake, but... Stampy, you are heading dangerously close to city limits. Sit. No? You're not going to sit? Okay, well fine, he appears to be in a bad mood, so I shall catch you all next time. Live from Stampy's rear bottom. As opposed to his front bottom. But anyways, catch you next time, guys.